spill the oil lamp. Set this dry, boring place on fire. If you have ever made wanton love with God, then you have ignited that brilliant light inside that every person
No one
needs.
asks you
So
to
spill.
become desireless. No one asks you to be totally non-attached, because your very nature is such that even the enlightened man must have that 2% attachment, otherwise he would not be able to exist in a body. But there is something that one has to remember, that although you are attached to this flower or to your beloved one, the craving is not there. We are so much involved in our outer stuff that surrounds us. It is the externality that is influencing our lives. And everything which is external has the quality of motion, and wherever there is motion, there has to be change, which any science can tell you about. So, as the external things around you change, you are at the same time being influenced by your ego self, which is forever changing, and the changing of the ego self makes you see the changes around you. You see how it is all interrelated. So we normally divide things up because separation is part of our nature. We always divide things up. This glass is separate from me, and you are separate from her. Well, whatever the case might be. Or I am separate from that video camera. And because of the sense of separation, you also create the separation from your little self, separated from the big self, which is you. Now, if you can regard life to be an experience itself, existing by itself, you will at least come a little way nearer the truth of yourself. Do not think that you've realized something, because realization has nothing to do with thought, because all thought is formulated by one's imagination, by the creation of one thought, combining itself with another thought, thinking it is creating a new thought. It is not. Let me tell you a little secret. And understand this world. That which you think is real is not real at all. That which you think is unreal is true reality. Do you get that? The true reality is that it that cannot find any confirmation in your mind saying that it is real. It can't. So what are you confirming? What are you affirming? Realization is something else. A real I without any cessation. A real I cessation. A real I without cessation. That is realization. Is self-realization possible in this lifetime? And my answer is yes, it is possible. This world is pregnant. And I'm not talking of the population explosion. Pregnant with thoughts that could never germinate. Because they're involved in thought formations. Now how can the formless have formation? And how can thought realize with its own particular forms that which is formless? Is that possible, I ask you? The realization. That's where we have to reach. So children of immortality, like Vivekananda has said, rise, awake, and stop not till the goal is reached. But I would add on to that, Guy, be brave. When you walk out here, do you realize you're walking? No. It's just a motion you're producing. Right. But feel the ground that you are walking upon. Then you will know that my feet are firmly planted on this ground, and I make my feet and the ground as a basis of my personal reality. And that is knowing, to repeat again, that I exist. And when you could really say, not the little ego that talks a lot of nonsense, it is always talking a lot of gibberish or gabbering around. But when you say, I exist, you know the meaning of yourself, of that eternal I, which is you and none else. Else in this universe exists. Only you exist. And within saying that I exist, I find that the entire universe exists in me. No separation. So the universe is not there. For if the universe was there, I would be nowhere. But because I bring the universe within myself, I can truly stand up and say, I exist, for I am, but I am blue. And blue with you guys for not going a bit faster for self-realization. Therefore, sometimes I cry for you and I feel blue.